All right.
Back. Yes.
Welcome back, everybody.
Thank you guys so much, everybody. Thank you guys so much. But of course, when there's technical difficulties, we are back and ready to go, just like we always are. And you're here with us, Rico
Yes,
no
sir.
Suave, my man DJ Numo Dan, and the
man.
legend itself, the man, the myth, the legend. You already know, Farley Jackmaster. Fuck
Farley.
yeah, baby.
Yes, sir. We're back,
Inspiration is what we call it.
Yes, sir.
Yes.
Inspiration.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
So, thank you guys so much for actually being here with us. And, one of the things is that you were talking about your influences and you went through the whole thing. And, of course, the last one, it was hilarious, but it is true. The DJs, they do get all the women.
Yeah.
I ain't gonna lie.
Definitely.
They all get all of the women, And,
Definitely.
when you do get all of the women, it's really hard for us.
That's not true, man.
Actually
That's
dancing
not
on
true.
the dance floor, and we're dancing by ourselves.
Them women on the dance floor, you were meant to get them, but then there's ones that were just sorted out just for the DJ.
Just for there's selective. There's a selective
females.
Okay.
I don't do that anymore now. Me being
All right. Okay.
a Christian man that I am and been married for 20 years. And
Congratulations.
as long as I've ever been with one woman in my life, 20 years is our anniversary next year.
All right.
I got
Congratulations.
you beat.
Yeah. Oh, really?
Going on 21.
20, my man.
Yeah.
My man.
Congratulations.
It's hard
Man,
work.
That's what I'm talking. Well,
It's hard work, man.
Well,
I'm sorry. Well, that's
I'll
what
leave that alone.
from
about
my experience. That's from my experience.
Right.
It's work away from work.
It was.
It's like having two jobs.
Yeah, but hey, when you Rico no Suave, you good. You don't have to worry
You don't
about
have to worry
that.
about that. That's right.
Y'all killing me on it. Y'all killing me on it.
Suave.
All the money goes to him, not to the kids,
Not to the kids, none of that. None of that.
All right, we gotta keep it going. So, when you became a DJ, of course, and all of those influences, and you start DJing, and of course, in clubs, and events. Some of the memories that you had growing up, as far as DJing in those clubs, what were some of the ones that really stood out to you as you were DJing? Of course, practicing every day. The one thing that I do want to catch back, I'm sorry, let me catch back on this, because you said one thing that was awesome. You
Just
said
one
you
thing
had,
I said it was
you
awesome?
had no. The one thing that you said was awesome that made you so great as well is you had time to practice
Yes, and no girls.
and no girls. But that
girls came later.
That
the
wasn't
girls
a
came
good
later.
part, though, but
Right.
yeah, okay.
But that was a good. That was the good part for your craft.
Yes.
Right?
Yes.
For your craft itself. And I think
Absolutely.
that really stands out as far as inspiration to some people that may have a lot of things going on in their life where they're not disciplined to study their craft like you have, right? And I think that's some great inspiration. Moving on as far as with being a DJ, what was some of the memories that you can actually, of course, remember that really stood out to you and say, man, those were some great times?
Well, it's so many. It's impossible, to say what were the top ones. But some that come to mind was becoming a member of the Hot Mix 5.
Yeah.
What a dream gig to be one of the people selected of the 5. First of all, to be on the radio. It was supposed to be 6 of us, but Jeff Davis didn't, for whatever reason, come to the meeting, and so it ended up being 5 of us: Kenny Jam and Jason, Mickey Mix and Oliver, Ralphie Rosario, the Raz, and Scott Smoker Seals and myself, and we built somewhat of a relationship that was so strong together that everybody had their lane to ride in, and we didn't step on each other's toes. We all had our own audiences, and the radio station promoted us on a level that was just unmatched and unheard of.
Wow.
And a big thing too, to be on the stage and see that as Kenny being a white man, Mickey Oliver being a white man, Ralphie Rosario being a Latino, which is Puerto Rican, and then Scott Seals white, and I'm the only black. So now we brought this city together.
Yeah.
We shot racism in the leg and in the eye. And we had every creed and color partying together at the Taste of Chicago, and everybody touched each other. Folks hugged each other. And in this racist ass city that we lived in at that time, we talking 1981, 82, we brought the city together in the most unified way through the music ever seen.
Wow.
It wasn't segregated at this point right now because everybody loves dance music. It's before house music. Everybody loves dance music.
Yes.
And they came together and everybody all of us brought our audiences together. They saw us embrace each other. We embraced the crowd. And from that, it fragmented out. And it fragmented to the point where then we started doing clubs all around the city and our audiences were always mixed. Okay?
Music brings the world together.
Yes.
Music brings the world together.
It was the most incredible time the city had ever seen before. So then we started being hired for events that they would typically have rock bands do or an R&B group do. They wanted a diverse audience, and so companies would come to us, and we would go do all the colleges throughout the city, and we would go throughout the country some parts and go to different cities. The only downfall looking back that we had, only one that I would say that if I could change anything was we were called the Hot Mix 5. We should have been the Hot Mix 5 DJs because in our city, people knew what Hot Mix 5 was.
Right.
But if you went to Detroit, you say, I'm listening to the Hot Mix 5. What is that?
Right.
What is the Hot Mix 5?
Right.
You know what I mean? If you put DJ, I got it. So they DJs.
Right.
So there was places that when we found out that they were in love and enamored with our sound, we didn't have time to go to those places. Like most of the Hot Mix 5 have never been overseas, and if they did, they started going. Like Kenny's never been overseas, Scott's never been overseas, Mickey's made it to a couple of places, Ralph traveled all the time, and me, but most of the guys never seen that. Julian traveled a bit, him and Bad Boy Bill traveled, and Mike Hitman Wilson, but a lot of the guys didn't see. I'm the first person in the world to be on the British and European charts because I charted for house music. The first person to chart pioneered it to Europe.
Wow.
That was in 1986.
Wow.
And that was for Love Can't Turn Around.
Yes, sir.
And so like right
Yes,
now we're
sir.
going to have a huge anniversary worldwide for the very first record that ever hit the European charts that charted everywhere, Africa, everywhere in the world. It charted before any other record in the world.
That song, I commend you first.
Yes,
I got to
sir.
clap
Yep.
for you.
Thank you.
You know, to be the first, you're never the last.
No.
Never the last, right? And one thing that I have to say that house music, comes in different flavors of who's dancing the music. Everybody has a different style of beats and dance. You guys created a rhythm for us. So when we went to the warehouse, we went to Shelter, we did Medusa's and
Playground.
And the playground. When we went and actually danced, there were circles that we were in, and we looked at the DJ of a hot song. But when Love Can't Turn Around came on, boy, we lost our minds.
Yes, sir.
We lost our
We
minds.
still lose our mind. We still lose our
We
mind.
still lose our mind when
Every
we
time
hear that.
every time we hear it, we play it, everybody's just like, and
Yes.
it just brings back
sweet old
memories,
memories.
Yes. The culture behind it means a lot, because doing racism, still exists, but even, back then, music did bring people together.
Yes.
Even in regular houses where sometimes you did have houses that was segregated, but when music came on, you had people coming from all over. I always used to say, because I have a lot of friends in New York, you have the Latinos and African Americans, and then you have some of the whites, and then you also have some Polish people as well too, and they all come into one house.
That's right.
Under house music.
That's right.
Just to
right.
have a great time and eat at the same time
Yeah.
too, right?
Freestyle as well.
And
Yeah.
freestyle as well too. So, we thank you because of that, right?
Yeah.
It's because of you and all of the years that you actually put into this. How many years?
Oh God. Wow. I started DJing in 74.
Oh.
Yeah, 74. And I'm 61 now. So long time.
Yeah.
Yeah. I remix a lot of Luke's Gone. Wow. I've done so many different things in my lifetime. So I am thankful to God for every moment of it. All the remixes. I was the first one to remix a record for house music. It's an amazing life that I've been able to have, and and looking forward to opening up the House Music Museum and Hall of Fame.
Yes, sir.
Here in Chicago. I trademarked that some years back.
Yes.
And I really wanted it to be here in Chicago, not take it to New York.
Yes.
Not LA.
Yes.
But this is the origination where house music started.
Yes, sir.
So then when I did that, I went in and I also trademarked the EDM Museum and Hall of Fame. So I'm the owner of the EDM Museum and Hall of Fame as well.
Wow.
Yeah, I mean, house influence. Well, these guys influenced with the house music influenced all genres pretty much. You know, all dance music. And going back to, if you don't mind me saying, you know, DJs influence dancing too. So without the DJs, there wouldn't be any new style of dances, you know. And
That's right.
You know, so we influence a lot.
Yeah.
You know, with people coming together, people learning how to dance. You know, they create their own style of dancing to house music, to just to dance music overall. You know, so music influences a lot. You know.
Yeah.
But the thing about it, one thing that's really like, depends on who's doing the interviews, who's being interviewed. The Latinos get cut out of house music. Mm-hmm. The whites get cut out of house music, and they make it a black thing. Mm-hmm. And see, for me, being on WBMX, I know that it was all 5 of us that pushed that sound of house music.
Mm-hmm. Yes,
Without us on the radio, house music would not be what it is today. It couldn't solely be done by clubs. Clubs hold 300 people here, 500 people here. BMX played to 1.5 million every week. We had the #1 ratings in America for a radio station. The rates to buy commercials were more on our hot mix show than it was in the day parts. Mm-hmm. See, so what was able to be done with all the guys playing house music, and you know, we played, what was the music we played before house? It was the European, what was it called?
I forgot what it's called. They dance a little funky.
Yeah.
Forgot,
you know, Rise and all them songs, Love and Music and all that. All of us played all that. And
you mean you had like Italo disco?
Italo disco.
Okay, I got you.
And then we went into house music later, because that's what influenced us to make the very records that we were playing. And all we did was emulate disco. We emulated. That's what I did. I emulated those things.
Disco. Yeah.
And you know what? If I don't go to the radio station and go, you know, like disco's dead, and I play house music, we might not be here today speaking about house music, because a new style of music came, but who was to say what the name of that style of music was going to be called?
Yeah.
Who names it?
Right.
Who names it? If no one gives it a name, you keep saying it's Euro house, whatever, Italo
disco.
It's still the same thing, because really, at the end of the day, it was the same thing.
Yes.
It's just that we gave it a tag and decided to call it house music. I'm being honest.
Yeah. And the beats were a little harder too, man. The kicks were a little harder.
But nothing was harder than Love and Music, though.
Yeah, that's true.
You know, you got the same 4/4 kick drum, and that Love and Music kicked everything's ass that ever touched the turntable.
Yeah.
So it really was kind of the same thing, but it's just that once we gave it a title, now you can run with it. You know, you can have barbecue sauce all you want to, but until you call it open pit, it's just barbecue sauce. You know what I mean? Yes. You know what I'm saying? Now you created open pit, right? But other than that, it's just open pit, right? Put a name on it. Now we got open pit barbecue sauce. You see what I'm saying? That's all I'm saying.
That is true, man.
Yeah.
What you're saying about the music. But, you know, I mean, all music, it's you know, like Rico asked me one time, how do you make music? And I said, well, I listen to a lot of music, and I try to put all the elements into what I'm making, because really that's how you said. Italo disco, you listen to that.
Your influences.
Your influences. So, you know, music is music, but like until you tag it, you put a name to it, or, you know, a style to it.
Yeah.
You name it.
Absolutely.
Then you know, but there was a lot of influence with house music, the way you guys, you know, incorporated sounds. That's also what made it stand out.
Well, the new drum machines that came out, the reason why people say, well, it's amazing the sounds that you picked.
Yeah.
It wasn't that we picked those sounds. When those machines came out, those were the sounds that was in those machines. Came with the machine, And again, we got credit for some things that we didn't actually do, but we used them.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Right.
Like you're a cook.
Yeah.
You smack, I go back to open pit. If you put that on there, they go like, man, your barbecue tastes great. You're getting credit for the sauce. It got nothing to do with the damn sauce.
Right?
You cooked the damn food and you poured the sauce. Why are you getting credit for the damn sauce for? So we getting credit for these machines.
It was only $3.99.
And you know what I mean? And so we getting credit for what these machines are doing. All we did was program them. You see what I'm saying?
Right.
So,
right.
you know, it's a dispelment with a lot of stuff. And when you break it down, people go like, you know, I never thought about that. You know?
Yeah.
So you guys don't really deserve that much credit. You were pretty good, but you weren't that damn good, right? Okay.
It's how you use the open.
It's how you.
It's how you use it, man.
It's the presentation of it. That's the
Yeah. Did you
presentation.
smother the chicken with it, or you just put a little bit on there?
Yeah.
Dot.
You know, a little dot.
Just
You know what I mean?
taste.
Just a little taste. Now you're selling a cup for it at $1 a cup now. You like, hey man.
Taste Chicago.
Yeah, right. Can I get a cup of barbecue sauce? Like, what are you talking about, man?
Oh man.
Hilarious.
Yeah, it's how you use the tools. Man. It's how you use the tools.
Absolutely.
Yes, sir. So, you know, of course, everybody, we still here. We're still going, man. We're not stopping. I know we got a little bit of hiccups on the way. I think there's something going on with our streaming service, but we keeping it going. We got my man Farley, Jackmaster Funk, in the building. You already know. You know, Farley, there is music that you have produced that, of course, we talked about one of them, but you have a plethora of songs that you have produced, that you have came out with, you know, and one of them was drums, you know, that one of them was drums. And it's funny, I was just listening to that track, and there's music that you are, I posed the same question to Numo Dan when I talked to him. Is there music that you actually came out with that you were like, oh, I'm super proud of this? And were there some that you actually said, man, I didn't think it was going to hit like this?
Man, the craziest thing about this music game is it's been times I've went into the recording studio and programmed at home hours to do a vocal song. And I said to myself, I have a hit song. So, like, for instance, the song I made called It's You. I thought the song was going to do more than what it did. So then, like, I made an album called No Vocals Necessary. On that album, I did a song on there called Bass Love. Now, y'all might think I'm bullshitting you, but I closed my eyes and just pressed the buttons on the damn keyboard, moved my hand out the way and hit the button, and it was like, gonk, 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 gonk. What? I just closed my, I'm telling you, I did this. Let's see what I come up with. And that's what came up. And guess what that song also got ripped off from? Pump Up the Jam.
What?
Yes, they stole my bass line. This very song I'm talking about, that's my song. Yes, and that's on No Vocals Necessary album that I did. I did a whole album. I didn't do it on the whole album, but
Sure.
but that Bass Love, I did that. And they stole that. But at the time, I was so young, and I didn't know how to go into litigation about it.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
But then years later, come to find out, you know, the guy, he inboxed me on Facebook saying, man, you know, I stole your bass line. And I
get out.
Wow, he came in. He told you that.
Yeah, he told me.
He confessed.
He confessed. But you know what, man? You know, I can't lift up clean hands because I ripped off a few myself. You know, I mean, it's just the industry, man. I'm the only one bold enough to come on your fucking show and tell you the truth. Everybody else acts like, you know, I ain't never stole a bass line from nobody. Right. I'm a genius. I've never got no derivative of anything from anybody. I just woke up one day, put on my specs, and I was scientifically putting this together. Like, how did you scientifically steal my shit, though, you know? So, I mean, it happens. I would, you know, since I became a Christian, I'll be honest, I don't take anybody's stuff.
Yeah.
But before I was a Christian, I took quite a few things and flipped
them
around. You know, it wasn't note for note because that's how we created.
Right.
Let me tell you something that people don't know. When we started house music, 99.9% of all of us, none of us were musicians.
Right.
So we were DJs.
Yeah.
So when you said make a house record and it would require you to play a bass line and strings and all that, who could do it? So you had to go find you a keyboard player. Most of the time it was a guy who played keyboards in a church. And you're like, hey dude, can you come to my crib and play keys for me? And so now, if you don't play, how do you get him to play something?
Right.
You have to put on a record, a needle on a record.
Yeah.
When that record's playing, you say, that record goes doom, 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 doom. That's the cold bass line. So I wanted to go doom, 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 doom.
Yeah.
That's now my damn bass line.
Right.
You see what I'm saying? Because you got to have a premise to go from.
That's right.
So,
That's right.
and it's the same thing with hip hop. Hip hop started from a DJ taking a loop from a record, and he kept playing the same part while the guy was emceeing. He kept that one part going. So then when he realized that it was the groove part of the record, he said, let's get a keyboard player, go in the studio, play that bass line. That's why the beginning of hip hop is, what's the very first record you remember for hip hop?
Man, Run DMC.
Rapper's Delight. Mm-hmm. What is Rapper's Delight? That's Good Times.
Yeah. Right.
Okay.
Wow.
When Heartbeat came out,
yeah,
they did a Heartbeat rap.
Yeah.
And they took the same track and went in the studio. All music, just about when it came from the urban market.
Yep.
And the idea was created. It came from jacking other beats.
Yeah.
And hearing other stuff.
Yeah.
Then we got creative and we got busy in the industry, learned the business, and we got better as it went. But in the interim, just so you know, it came from other people's music. Yeah. Bottom line.
Yep.
Sampled.
Yep.
If you take Jack Your Body, that's Let No Man Put Us Under bass line. Note for note, that's Let No Man Put Us Under. Yes. Doom, 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 boom, 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 boom. Right. So, Jack. Right. Nobody had no original damn tracks.
And it's still a hit.
And it's still a hit.
Still a hit.
Yep.
Still a hit. Oh,
so
my
kids
God.
today, if you want to do music, you can be in the music industry, programs to create with. They're so much easier to create with. It's not like you had to take a whole band in the studio. If you had to write from that, it would be so much harder. Yeah. But now with electronics, not now, it's been that way. Since 1984, we've been using sequencers and things of that nature. And when we were able to opt on a computer, it's over. It's too easy to create with. Yeah. Anybody can create.
Yeah.
Back then was analog, more analog than anything. You know, now we got DAWs programs.
Yes.
Easier, user friendly. They got like more than a handful of programs that you can.
And they already got pre-music already in there, and allow you to change it around once you have it in the machine.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We do have a few comments that's out here. DJ Prieto said, hello to my house brother, DJ Prieto.
Hey, what up? Now watch this. I will not give you $1. I will not give you $5. I give you $100 because to give a grown person $5 is a joke. Right. You want to give to somebody where it hurts you a little bit, but make a difference and give them some money.
Yeah.
Now they can do something different with it.
Yes.
And you can't judge and say because I think that guy's gonna go do crack with it. I got 3 brothers. All 3 were crackheads.
Wow.
All 3 of them. They are part of society and doing great things in society right now. And it's a miracle that they made it out of being a damn crackhead. In the heart of the winter, I had a brother. It was 20 below zero. Had no shoes on, slept in an old car I gave him, and walked 3 miles to come meet me to get $20. Frostbitten. Because that crack is serious. All them drugs are serious. But it was put into our community. See, so it's really deep. I know I crack a lot of jokes, but I get serious with it because when it comes to people, God has placed something in my heart where, you gotta, if it's been given to you, I'm the king of the house, right? So Harry is the man head who wear the crown. And I don't mind it either because I'm glad it's me.
Right.
I'm glad it's me and it's not the other way around.
Sure.
But I have no qualms when I have it to give.
Right.
Yeah,
okay? When you have it
Yes, sir.
to give.
Yes, sir.
It's the problem. It's the people who have it that won't give.
Right.
If you don't have it, you don't expect to give.
Right.
But you can still smile at somebody and make somebody's day and don't mean mug them. It ain't always about the money because if that person can just feel like the world isn't not against them, maybe they might be able to walk to the next person and carry and ask them for something and they give it to them. But if you down a person so bad, they don't feel like they could ask anybody a question because you're going to say no to me before I even ask you. So, you know, I've had some struggles, never drugs, none of that. But there was a time like when I gave my life to the Lord, I say 4 years after that, and I am transparent. I did an interview one day, look it up. I did an interview with 5 magazine, and I remember how broke I was. This was in the year 2003. And I won't do nothing illegal for money. And so at this time, I had, through a real big party out south, made a killing. So me and the wife stayed in a hotel in the south. And at this time, unfortunately, I'm going to go back 6 months before that, my wife let her cousin move into our house. When she moved into our house, she moved from a roach-infested house. She came to our house with a bag of plastic, clothes in plastic, set them down, and the damn roaches ran throughout the house. Woo. So now I can't stand fucking roaches. Right. I can't stand motherfucking roaches. Do you hear me? I don't give a fuck as your family. I can't give a damn about a motherfucking roach, okay? So I said to my wife, now you let your cousin in and we got fucking roaches now. Yeah. So let me tell you that I know I'm about to go over time, but I got to finish this. Okay. So when we did that party, it was really crazy because we were in bad shape and our heat got turned off at the house, right? The gas, right? Okay. So I found a way to kill roaches without knowing it. Cold. The heat was off. We came back to the house, and them roaches was in the crib like this, stuck in motion like this. All them motherfuckers was dead. Our pipes busted, everything. But them damn roaches was like this. I thought they knew Madonna. Them motherfuckers was in there bowling and shit. I said, what the fuck? All the motherfucking roaches dead. I looked at my wife. I said, man, don't you ever let your motherfucking come over here again. I'm putting your ass out with her ass. If you ever let that hoe come over here with the motherfucking roaches, do you hear me? I mean, listen, did I say it once? I say it again. I can't stand on motherfucking roaches. Do you hear me? I wasn't raised with them bitches. I don't want to see no motherfucking roaches, okay? I don't blame you. I was like, okay. So now all roaches is dead. And then a couple years later, thank God he restored me, and I've been good ever since. But yeah, man, you know, sometimes, and I thank God that I went through that because one of the things when you get so high or you've never felt poverty, you don't know how to react to someone else that's in poverty. That's right. You think they just okay, they'll get along with it. But boy, when a big guy can go without eating a couple of days what he want to eat, you can feel the other people over there skinny going like, hey man, I'm hungry. Like, I know why you hungry, motherfucker. I ain't ate 2 days. Shit, I know why your ass hungry. I know I can help you see it. So yeah, man, I just wanted to elaborate on that. I don't know why, but I just had to get it in. I appreciate that, man. I just really want people, you know, let's help each other. Yes, you know, sir. Yeah. What happened with the Twin Towers, when they went down, those people who didn't look at each other before they went into their office and they were bougie, when them towers going down, they threw all that out the window and became people and helped each other out. So sometimes it takes a tragedy to get our attention. That's right. Yep. You can't get people's attention unless there's a tragedy sometimes.
Farley, that's true. Love you, bro. Oh my God. Now here's this was just for hold this. This is just for display.
No. This is a little big for my wife, but I'm gonna give it to her and tell her to wear this to bed at night. You know, because I'm gonna say Rico gave me this, baby. This is an inspiration.
Okay. I have one for you. I got one for you.
Rico gave me this. Don't wear no bra under this, so you know. And you wear this to bed, baby. All right.
Farley, we got to get out of here, man.
Yes, sir.
Farley,
yes, sir.
Man. It was a pleasure having you on the show, man. We got to put up your social media, man. We got to put up your social media before we get out of here, man. Everybody, make sure you go to kingofhouse.com, man. You'll find everything about him there on his social media, on his website. Let's go to the next one. We have none other than Facebook, Farley Williams, everyone. So make sure you please go to Farley Williams and please follow him. Don't spam him. Don't be saying, hey, I want to make a record deal with you. Don't do all of that, right?
I don't mind. Just do that. I'm looking for new artists right now. Come on. If you're a new artist and you need some help.
But just make sure you're real with it.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. Make sure you're real with it. Yeah, be authentic. Yes. Here's the last one. My man, Instagram. Boom! Farley, Jackmaster Funk. Yes.
Yeah.
Make sure you go ahead and follow him now. Everybody, make sure you go and follow him right now. Stay on top of what he's doing, on everything he's doing, and also continue to support him. We will definitely have you back on the show, my man. I gotta have you back on the show. Like I said, I got your number now, so we good. We're gonna be friends.
You told me that, you said, Farley, listen. I said, an hour is a long time for an interview. He goes like, Farley, listen, it's gonna go by so fast. And now he couldn't even get me to shut up. He got to invite me back for a second.
I know. You were just warming him up that hour.
I know. That was just the beginning, man.
We have more roast stories for you. Okay.
Roaches and rats?
Yeah. No rats. Well, they would sleep in the drawer. I caught a couple of them wrapped up in the T-shirts in the drawer.
I had one of those.
My wife bought a couple of cats. And I'm like, she came home with 2 cats. I'm like, what the cats for? She goes like, we ain't gonna feed them. and we'll get all these mice out the house because you get winter mice.
Yeah, right.
They run in your house, and they went in there with the road. And they were gone too. They were gone too.
Froze up.
All right, we gotta get out. Everybody
stuck to the floor.
Put your hands together for none other than my man Farley, Jackmaster. Yeah. All right, everybody, we got to get out of here, man. Dang, this was awesome, man. This is awesome. Hey, thank you so much for staying with us, everybody, for being on the show with us today. We got to put our social media up. So make sure you please go to our website, www.riconosuaveshow.com. That's where you'll find the archives. Yes, we're going to remix it, no pun intended. We're going to actually remix this video because we did have some interruptions, but we want to make sure that it's actually solid for you guys as well, too. Here's our next one. Boom! You already know we're at Instagram, everybody. Rico No Suave Show. Make sure you go ahead and follow us there. Do it right now while you're watching the show. Make sure you show us some love there. Here is the next one.
Share the love.
Rico No Suave Show on Facebook, right? We got a lot of platforms out here, everybody, but Facebook asked us to come back, so we said, okay, forget about it. All right, we'll go ahead and do it. So make sure you like and love and follow us there on the Rico No Suave Show. We got a couple more, everybody. Of course, YouTube. Subscribe to our YouTube channel, everybody. Show the love. Subscribe to our channel. Yes, you will see the archive here as well on YouTube. And last but not least, you guys know about this. Mixcloud.com/Rico No Suave Show. Yes, make sure you go to Mixcloud.com. That's where you actually find the podcast of this after it goes live. And then we will go from there. All right, everybody. We want to thank you guys so much. Next week, we have none other than the famous photographer and videographer on the show. It will be virtual. His name is Eric Creffield. So make sure you please tune in to the show. I'll see you guys next time as we end off the show just like this.